I hope you have unlimited text messaging by Miss Carr. Chapter 24. Conversation 20. Mandatory therapy. Red phone. The ATCU is filled with sociopathic bastards. First, they show me video footage of Nomad getting his ribs cracked to see if I would react. I did it because if you spend enough time being yelled at by the paparazzi and everyone else, you'll learn not to react. Red phone. Next, because of that lack of reaction, they're sending me to mandatory therapy. Blue phone. I thought you were already told you had to see a therapist, otherwise Colonel Rhodes was going to send you to the crazy spot. What is the crazy spot exactly? I assume rehab. Red phone. Serenity Hills. It is rehab, but with more of a mental health component. Red phone. I'm not talking about Rhodey. I'm talking about Secretary Asshole and the acting ATCU director. Rhodey is different because he actually cares about me. Blue phone. Why are they sending you to therapy? Red phone. More fine print from the Accords. They're saying it's because they want to see if I'm fit to be the leader of the new Avenger team, but really I think they're just using this as another means to get information because I still haven't cracked yet. After several rounds of interrogation. Red phone. They really want to know how Nomad ended up with a super suit that could stop a bullet from penetrating his heart. I really didn't need to see that footage. Blue phone. I'm sorry. Red phone. Don't say sorry unless you're really planning to make sure you don't test out the new suit in that way. Did it arrive from Palau? Rich guy fugitive Ian Quinn is now being extradited from the country, so I assume the mission is over. Blue phone. Your birthday present arrived 2 hours ago, but I haven't had time to test it out. You really didn't have to put it in happy birthday paper. Red phone. I think that was the archer. Blue phone. That makes sense. So you think they are going to use a therapist to get you to talk? Red phone. Having an answer people, evaluated by trained psychologists, used to be standard shield procedure pre-implosion. Red phone. Although somehow Natasha was the one who ended up doing my psych evaluation while I was dying. It didn't paint me in a very favorable light. Iron Man, yes. Tony Stark, no. Blue phone. You're still upset about that? Red phone. It's the story of my life. People like what I can give them. They love the tech I create, but they don't necessarily like me. Blue phone. I like you. Red phone. Only sometimes, and that is because you're special. Blue phone. Maybe you shouldn't worry. My experience with the SHIELD psychologist wasn't that bad. Her name was Dr. Suarez, and she was nice. She gave me a sketch pad and pastels and told me to do whatever I wanted for an hour. I did a lot of sketches of the old neighborhood from memory. Blue phone. I don't think she would have ended up being Hydra. I hope they didn't kill her. Red phone. I'll check with Melinda. Also, you do realize that she was doing art therapy with you. Blue phone. There's art therapy? Red phone. Yes, actually, I think you would probably be good at that. They usually work with children, too. Maybe when everything is straightened out, you could go to therapist school. It would be a way for you to help people in a less likely to get you killed way. Red phone. I think if you just want to stay a mild-mannered therapist and not run into burning buildings to save people, you wouldn't have to sign the Accords. The lawyers are on standby if you ever want to do this. Blue phone. You're no longer going to try to talk me into signing? Red phone. That bridge is already burned to ashes. I can barely comply with the thing as is. I know you can't. Blue phone. Which is why you're complaining about going to ATCU ordered therapy. Red phone. But I'm still going to go, even though I know this is just another interrogation section, this time with someone with a PhD. I plan to regale him or her with a story about giving my cuddle buddy a sponge bath post-car accident recovery. Every time I start talking about sex, they shut down the sessions. It's been fun talking with them. Blue phone. I'm rolling my eyes right now. If you don't want to go, you shouldn't go. Red phone. It's easy for you to say that. For you, sticking to your principles is more important than anything else. But for someone like me, all we do is compromise. We have to. We have too much riding on our shoulders to be headstrong. We have to put the needs of the many ahead of ourselves. Blue phone. So if you don't comply? Red phone. So far, they already fired Laura from her school, and they're following me around 24/7. I think I might have to hire an actor to play Cuddle Bunny just to throw them off. Blue phone. That's why you moved her into the tower? Red phone. I was planning to hire her on as my full-time counselor assistant eventually because Kevin is moving to California with the wife due to the Pepper relocation. I just moved up the timetable a little bit. Blue phone. Pepper got your assistant in the breakup? Red phone.
I like my assistant, and did not want to be responsible for him getting a divorce due to not being able to handle a long-distance relationship. So Pepper now has a husband and wife team to cater to her every need, and I have Laura and Friday. I don't want to talk about it.
Blue phone. This is another one of those compromises?
Red phone. Everything is. Pepper and I are not able to work together right now. Not in person, anyway. We can function through email. So she will be handling most operations from the West Coast office, and I'll be handling things from the East. We'll only having to see each other at this semi-monthly board meeting.
Blue phone. You're good with these text messages, so I'm sure you'll be okay with her.
Red phone. This is easy by comparison. I know you will never love me, but I think maybe you actually like me as a person now, which is more than what we had before.
Blue phone. Never say never.
Message not sent. Red phone. This is us under Reconstruction. I don't know what we are building, but it is going to be sturdier than before. With Pepper, I'm not sure if Reconstruction is an option because it feels like there's nothing left but gravel and sand.
Blue phone. And if you add water, you get cement. That's really useful for building things.
Red phone. I just walked right into that. Blue phone.
Yes.
Red phone. The thing is, in the real world, I don't think there's one magic ingredient to add to make things good again. It took me a long time to realize that. I thought the Accords would help, and I was wrong. Letting her have Kevin and dividing up duties to keep the company running with minimal contact seems to be the easiest solution.
Blue phone. Sometimes I think you just go for the easiest solution without looking for the better yet harder solution.
Red phone. I'm not going to screw Kevin over just because I don't want to teach the new person how to make my coffee. I'm not going to let SI fall apart because I have a tendency to fall in love with people who can't love me for who I really am.
Blue phone. I wish I was there so I could hug you.
Message not sent. Red phone. Just like I'm not going to let them arrest Laura because I don't like playing ball with DOS, or rather Ross, because, let's be honest, most of his staff thinks he's a warmonger and are counting down the days until he resigns. If seeing a therapist keeps the kids from seeing their mom dragged off in handcuffs for another day, then I'm going to do it.
Blue phone. 1 package of raw sugar per 4 ounces. No cream unless it's real 1% milk.
Red phone. How do you know that?
Blue phone. I am really observant with the little things. Do you actually think they would try to arrest Laura?
Red phone. So much that she signed emergency custody papers naming me, of all people, temporary guardian of the kids if something happens. She's been picked up a few times for questioning. So, it's a concern, and those kids cannot end up in state custody. It's too dangerous.
Blue phone. It's that bad?
Red phone. Laura is an only child, and Clint's brother is a psychotic piece of shit that shouldn't be allowed to take care of a hamster, let alone human children. With you and Natasha MIA, Colson legally dead, and Maria God knows where with Fury, I have managed to go to the top of the list, which says many things considering I'm the reason why Clint is in hiding.
Blue phone. I think they're making you go to therapy because of your ridiculous guilt complex.
Red phone. Probably, which means I should go regardless. Anyway, I have work to do, so as much as I want to keep talking to you, I have an R&D meeting in 10 minutes that I have to go to.
Blue phone. Okay, just be careful.
Red phone. Compared to you, I always am.